The Texas Republican Party has announced that they are filing a lawsuit against their lawyer, a woman by the name of Elizabeth Alvarez, for allegedly telling them that she had proof that the 2022 election, certain 2022 elections, I believe in Harrisburg, Texas, were stolen, and that she had the data model to prove it. Except when the rubber met the road and they actually went to court because they believed her, she didn't have the data model. So they say, according to this lawsuit, that she tricked them. She duped them into thinking that Harris County, it was Harris County, not Harrisburg, that's Pennsylvania. Harris County GOP says, we were tricked into thinking that the 2022 elections last year were stolen because of this shysty lawyer that came out and said there was a data model. And then she gets to court and says, oops, I don't have the model. So let me ask you, let's do a hypothetical thing here, right? Who's at fault? Nobody forced these Republicans in Texas to file the lawsuit. Nobody forced these Republicans in Texas to hire this lawyer. Now, if this lawyer did lie to them about this data model, because that's at the center of all of this, then yeah, she did a bad thing. But let me now ask you this. If a lawyer comes up to you and says, hey, Farron, I got a data model that shows that, blah, 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 you can win a lawsuit if you file it against Pfizer, let's just say, a drug company. And this data model I've got, it's in my car right now. The data model says that you've been injured. I can win this case. Will you hire me? Now, I can say multiple things here. The first one I could say is, yes, I'll hire you. The second one I could say is, no, I'm not going to hire you. But the third and smart thing to say is, can I see the data model? And I'm laughing because these idiot Republicans in Texas are so desperate to believe that elections were stolen that they didn't take the time to vet what she did or didn't have. So whose fault is that? That's not the lawyer's fault. If the lawyer lied to them, then yes, that's a bad thing, and the lawyer should be held responsible for it by the State Bar of Texas. But can she be sued because the clients didn't do their due diligence? Didn't bother to look at this so-called evidence? And even if she did produce something, it was like, oh yeah, here's a data model here. They should have been like, okay, let me see this. Okay, we're going to research this and we're going to get back to you. They didn't do that. Like, at that point, it's kind of buyer beware, right? I mean, I'm not saying that I'm defending this lawyer by any stretch, but Republicans are so desperate to believe that they can only lose elections because of fraud that they didn't bother to look at this so-called data model. That's on them. That's their fault. So it is what it is. Best of luck with your lawsuit. But I'm willing to bet that even if you win, you're probably going to look like complete and total morons when the court, when the trial actually starts, because a lot of the blame's going to fall on you for just blindly going with somebody who told you things you wanted to hear and without stopping for a single second to do a little bit of critical thinking.